say you made me late. You made me late. Hi, everybody. How are you doing? Let me shut this off. I got the machines going and stuff. How is everyone doing this evening? I hope you guys can hear me okay. Hello, everybody. I see Yolanda, Miss Max. Hey, Norma. Hey, Vonna. Hey, Susan. Hey, Lee Jane. And I see Miss Shark. Justine So Right. Susan, Veronica. Hey, Miss Banks. Miss Banks, guess who's going to visit me next week? It's Justin. He's got to service my machines. Hey, Shirley. Hey, Veronica. Hey, Aisha. Alice. I'm here saying Aisha. I'm here with Mello, and I'm like embroidering some shirts for myself, actually. And I hope you guys can see me okay. I didn't have time to put some lighting on and stuff, and it is a little bit dark in this room. But you guys really don't need to see me. You just see the 411. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, Crafty Puerto Rican, how you doing? So, one of the things that I want to talk to you guys this Friday about is about oh man, what's the topic? Okay, I'm having a senior moment here. All right, it's about I know it's about getting customers and all that stuff. I forgot what I titled this video. You believe that? Okay. Anyway, it's about getting business and trying to get customers and stuff. And I wrote down a couple of things. Let me get my piece of paper here. I wrote down a couple of things that I wanted to share with you guys. Sorry, I know I'm all over the place. And I think the lighting is kind of bad because I got the ceiling going on. And so let me see if I can move the camera over here. If you guys can see me okay, that's a little better. I think it is. Okay, awesome. All right, so one of the things that I wanted to talk to you guys about was getting new clients and new customers, and how to like better market your Etsy shop, and not just your Etsy shop, but your embroidery skills, right? So what it is for those of you guys know, I do embroidery on the side. This isn't really like my full-time job. It's really just a passion of mine. I love to sew, I love to embroider, and I look really, really dark. I hope you guys can see me. But oh, Justin was there last week. I asked him about plugging your machine directly into the wall. And he said it's best to use a surge protector. Yep, and I got one. Yeah, so he's going to be proud of me. All right. So for those of you guys don't know, me and Miss Banks use the same technician to care for all of our machines. And he's like awesome, like super, super great. I love that guy. I mean, he's on the money. Okay. He's worth every penny and stuff. Justin's the man. And so I'm going to try to put some more lighting on because, okay, I think this is a little bit better. I think so. Okay, sorry guys. All right. I was like totally unprepared because I started embroidering and I lost track of time. So, and you know what I'll do? I'll just blame this guy that we have right here. Okay, so but let's get down to it. Okay, I want to talk to you about some of the things that you should think about if you're planning on selling embroidery or any of your craft services. This could apply to any of it, right? It's really hard sometimes. Like it's like you got this skill, and as we always say, embroidery is not cheap, and any type of crafting that you do is not cheap either, because you got to buy supplies and all that kind of stuff. And there's a lot of trial and error in learning it as well. But the thing is, you want to try to sell it, right? Or make some money off of it, because at the very least, even if it isn't something that you're doing as a livelihood, it could be something that you can sell to, recoup the expenses of your hobby, right? So these are some of the things that I do. One of the things that I say is know your customer, know the audience that you're creating the item for, right? If you're focused on children's wear, focus on that. See what the trends are. See what's selling. See what kids are what they like, what they don't like, and then try to see what it is that they want. That's really the first thing. You got to really know your audience. Now, my thing is not really kids wear. I do some items, but that's not really my thing. I love home decor, okay, especially the dinner tables. And I like making adult shirts. I'm more on the adult side. Um, I like doing like bath towels. I love doing kitchen towels. I love doing my dinner napkins. Um, I do work with some small businesses, and I do their shirts for their business, where I do their logo and stuff. I like doing that kind of stuff. That's my thing. Children's wear is okay, and that's a big, huge market. There's a lot of things you can do in children's wear. You can do the shirts, you can do dresses, you can do pajamas, the holidays, school wear. Babies are always a big thing, especially with the personalization, the baby gowns, the baby hats, excuse me, baby blankets, baby bags, expecting mothers. Okay, they always little pillows and stuff to decorate the nursery. Same thing, I do the pillows, but I do them more for like home decoration, right? Um so no matter what you like to embroider, there's always that niche, right? So you just got to find out what it is that you like to do. What is your special niche? And then you have to research the market and then look what it is that people like, right? Like, one of the things that I like to do is I like to go on Facebook groups and Pinterest, and I like to look at dinner tables. How are people decorating their dinner tables? What are the type of um, dinner napkins that people like to use, right? What kind of decorative dinner napkins? Not everybody likes the personalized dinner napkins. Some people like dinner napkins just to have a beautiful embroidery art on there, or something like that. So, just look around, see what type of trends are out there. Lots of Facebook groups, go on Pinterest, go to the stores, see what's on the shelves, right? And even, if you children's, go to the children's section, look around, look at the racks. What are they selling? You know what I'm saying? Those are how you get your ideas. And then what I mean by getting to know your audience is really getting to know the trends too. What is that really hot, the other thing also is um visualization, right? And when I'm talking about product visualization, and I'm probably saying the word wrong, it's like visualize, but with the zation in the back. Y'all know my English, okay? Sometimes it's not that good, okay? So, and today's one of those days, it's all over the place. So, anyway, I'm talking about photos and videos, how you're advertising your stuff, right? You can do websites, you can do I do Etsy, they have eBay, they have Shopify, they have Wix. There's a lot of different avenues that you can go, right? Now, if you're really good with social media, then to me, I tell people then Wix or Shopify is probably something that you can do, because you can direct the traffic. You know how to maneuver around all the social media websites, and you can direct the traffic to your sites, right? But I'm really not that great and savvy at the social media. I'm sure my son is, or people that are more on the younger generation probably are, because they were practically born with an iPhone in their hand, so they know exactly how to maneuver all those type of different apps. I really don't. So I kind of like to open up shop like Etsy, because Etsy kind of like brings the customers. So if you go to Etsy or eBay, or you can do Amazon Handmade and stuff like that, they kind of bring the customers to you. But you still should do some type of social advertising. Now, for me, for what I really do is I do Etsy, but I'm really kind of neck and neck. I do very well on Etsy. I really do. However, though, I do extremely well locally where I live. Okay. I live in a community where there's a lot of golfing. So a lot of the golfers around here, when they're looking for golf towels, golf hats, and stuff like that, I embroider them, and I'll usually put it on the community website. And then before you know it, it kind of explodes. And especially during the real heavy golf season, that's when I get a lot of orders, because people want to wear their golf hats. They want the little personalization with their name on the back. And then they also want the golf towels. Those are really, really big. because they love it when it's personalized and they get to hang it on their golf bag. And because the community where I live is pretty large. So what ends up happening, and there's a lot of business owners that live where I live as well. So when they find out that, oh, we have someone in the community that does embroidery, before you know it, a lot of them kind of reach out to me and they go, hey, I need some shirts for my business or stuff like that. So what ends up happening is word of mouth is very, very important. So, I work a lot locally, and also where I live, they have a lot of clubs. Now, just recently I had an order from they had a Haymarket Garden Club, right? Which is like a I think the membership is about like 60 ladies, and they love gardening, and they go around and they do a lot of volunteer work, and they go around, they garden a lot, and they share their love of gardening with a lot of folks. So they're changing over. So I guess they had an election and stuff, and they got some new folks that are going to be on their board. So they approached me and they asked me to create some of the gifts for them, right? So I did the mugs, and then what I also did, and this is a little tip for you guys, is when you are working with someone on some kind of order, try to give them samples. So one of the things that I did was I took the club logo and I had it digitized and I had them put it on a shirt. And when I went to deliver the products that they ordered from me, I gave the person that placed the order with me, I gave them the shirt with the logo of the club embroidered on it. And it's a sample shirt. So she loved it. And she asked me, like, how much would you charge and stuff like that. So I told her how much I would charge if they supply the shirts. But I also let her know that if you don't supply the shirts and I have to go and I have to get the shirts myself, then of course it'll be a different price, because that means that I have to actually go out and I got to research what shirts fit for them. I prefer, and it's really funny because at one time I used to like to just embroider on shirts that I bought, right? Because I always felt if I make a mistake, I can just order another shirt and then redo it, right? Well, I was talking with Liliana and she was like, you just got to stop that fear thing going on, right? And she was like, don't stop people from bringing products to you. So she got me on that, right? And then next thing you know, I said, okay, she's right. I got to nip it in the butt, right? Because if I'm confident and I know I can embroider on anything, I'll know what I can work on and what I can't. So what I started doing was I started telling people, okay, if you buy the shirts and you bring them to me, but all you have to do is just let me know where you got it, just in case I have to replace it. That's all it is. Then, what I'll do is I'll just charge for the service. And it actually works out a lot better that way. And I actually ended up enjoying that better for the simple fact that I don't have to go out and collect how many smalls do you need, how many mediums do you need. I don't have to research the shirts, because some people like their shirts to be, thick. Some people like them thin. Some people like them super soft. And, it can be a hassle going back and forth and stuff. A lot of time, a lot of hassle. I just like the machine work. I'm really not into the shopping thing. I will create the logo. Okay. I will work the digitizer. I will get that logo. And then you just bring me the items. And like I said, just let me know where you got it from, or make sure that you can get to the person that you got them from. So that way, in case I got an then I will let you know so I can get that item replaced for you. And that method really works great. So, I mean, if you guys are afraid of embroidering on other people's items, I'm telling you, don't be like me, because that really does help a lot. If you can go ahead and just nip that fear in the butt and just do your thing, okay? So I already mentioned about getting to know your customer base, getting to know what they want, the trends and all that kind of stuff. The product visualization, talking about photos and videos, your use of social media. Another thing I wanted to talk to you guys about is embroidery outfitting. Okay. Now, what do I mean by that? What I mean is, sometimes you will start creating stuff on your own, right? And you have your own embroidery designs. After a while, you need to refresh your shop and you need to refresh some of the designs that you have out there. So, what I mean by embroidering outfitting means take what you have and modify it a little bit, like modifying or add something here or there and whatever. Just make small little modifications of it. And believe me, if that was your bestseller before and you make some really cute modifications to that really best-selling item, what will happen is that will probably most likely be a best-selling thing too because it's different. Okay. So always look at your stuff. All right. Another thing is, what did I put? Okay, enhancing your network. What I mean by enhancing your network is not just looking out for customers and all that kind of stuff. What I'm saying is you are kind of like your own walking advertisement, right? So, like one of the things that I'm doing now is I went and I bought a whole bunch of shirts, and on the shirts I'm gonna embroider my own logo, and I'm gonna wear my shirts, okay? And every time somebody sees it, I'm gonna be like, yeah, on my own embroidery business. Talk about your business to people. Be proud of it. Okay. Talk about it. Be enthusiastic about it. Be excited about it. Okay. You never know who you will come across, who's going to listen to the conversation. Okay. Be your own advertisement and also network with folks. Okay. By getting to know people in the business, get to know suppliers, get to know other embroiderers, okay? Because you will sometimes you'll meet people that have a problem sharing information. That's just life, okay? But then you have other people that they really don't mind sharing the knowledge. They really don't, okay? Because, the way I see it is there's enough for everybody. But some people don't feel that way, okay? Some people feel like there is not enough for everybody. So I don't know what their reasons is. But, talk to other embroiderers, when you have issues, you run into a snag and stuff like that, reach out to them. I've had a lot of people that have reached out to me and said, hey, Jeanette, I'm having problems, with this shirt or hats, or, can you help me troubleshoot something? I'm okay with that because the way I look at it is while I'm helping them, I could probably learn something. Okay. So, don't be afraid to network. Get out there, wear your company shirt, be proud of it, talk about your business. Get a list of suppliers, reach out to your suppliers, get to know them. Reach out to several digitizers too. Okay. On the Facebook group, I came out and I said, hey, because before I was kind of afraid of listing digitizers in the Facebook group because sometimes there's a lot of scammers out there. But the way I see it is, let's put the digitizers out there, okay? If you see a digitizer out there that you know of, that you've worked with, and that they really do good work and their prices are reasonable and good quality, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't mind paying top dollar for good quality work, okay? I have a problem paying a low dollar for low quality work, okay? So, you know, um, share, just share it and, get to know digitizers out there. Don't just get one digitizer too. I mean, it's always a good idea to have more than one or two or three. I mean, that the more people out there that you can reach to, the better. Because sometimes if you have one digitizer only, and they're really good, let's say they're too busy, right? And you have a hot order and you need something to get digitized right away, but they're swamped, you know, that could put you in a pickle. So if you have a list of 3 or 4 digitizers that you work with, I'll be like, hey, I'll go to digitizer one. Hey, or how can you do this? You're too busy? No problem. Got it. And then, I'll just be like, hey, Fazel, you got me? No? Okay. Hey, Victor, can you do it? No? Okay. How about Sebastian? You got it? You know, that way you always have someone you can turn to. Okay. and stuff. So, expand your network. And another way you can expand it also is when they have those craft shows and you see these expos that are out there. I know because of the pandemic, a lot of people couldn't go for the last ones. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't feel comfortable going out either. But there is a sewing and quilt show that I know it was just hosted in Florida, and they're gonna have one in Fredericksburg, Virginia, and it's scheduled for October, and it's a sewing and quilt. And I'm gonna go because sewing is embroidery, so I don't know if they're gonna have embroidery there. But the thing is, they do a lot of sewing and all that kind of stuff, and I like sewing too. So I'm definitely gonna be going so that I can see, meet vendors out there of different types of threads, scissors, and all that kind of stuff. So always expose yourself, okay? Expose yourself, go to YouTube. YouTube has a lot of YouTubers out there. I know there's a young girl, Angela, she's doing really good. She shares a lot of information too. She's really good. There's the baby booty, Eve. She shares a lot of information. There's Lori. Lori Lummaker sells a lot, shows a lot of stuff too. So the thing is, there's so many places out there that you can go and get information and expose yourself. Really don't be afraid of that. Okay. And also look at what did I put in here? Sorry, guys. Oh, another way to get customers and keep them, discount your items sometimes. Now, when you discount your items, when I was reading about that as a discount thing, I kind of had mixed feelings about that. Okay, and I'm gonna tell you why. Um, Sometimes you can discount your items so low that what ends up happening is you don't make no money. Okay, so you got to be careful with that. All right. And then also sometimes what I don't do is on my Etsy shop, I don't do, I very rarely have done a sale on my Etsy shop for the simple fact that I already feel like they're priced well. Okay. But you got to be really careful. You really do, because what could happen too is when people see you run sales, and if you run them a lot, then what's going to happen is they're going to say, well, then okay, she's not running a sale this week. I'll just wait till she runs a sale. Okay. And some people do that. They're what I call sale riders. That's what I call sale riders. It's like they see you run a sale, and the only time that they will buy anything is when that sale is on. Okay. Now the thing is too is when you run those sales, you got to remember you are making less money because you're offering your items at a cheaper price. Is that cheaper price going to cover your time, the all the materials and everything that you use to spend on making those items? So you got to be really, really careful with that. That's why, when I was doing my research about getting customers and keeping them, and trying to, expand, and they talked about discounts, I was kind of like, I could see that as a good thing. Okay. However, you just got to make sure that you have priced your items at a very good, you got to make sure they're right, because if you don't, like I said, you don't want to be losing money, because then what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? You're doing this for free, and stuff. Like, I'll admit, I'm not very good with my blanks. Okay. I sell, my blanks right now. I got them at $14.99. I only sell them two at a time. The reason why I do it at two at a time is because I can't sell them at anymore. Because if I sell three at a time, I have to come out of pocket to pay for that shipping cost. And if I have to pay for that shipping cost, then I lost money on it. Okay. Because I'm actually, like, when it comes to the blankets, I'm making no money off of that. Okay. Because I am buying them by bulk, but I'm actually selling them at the price that I'm actually getting them. So it's like, you know, but my whole thing is the blanks. I get them at the bulk because I also sell making those baby blankets, but they don't really sell as hot. I do sell a lot of them locally, because when they have the baptism and all that kind of stuff and everything, then people buy them. But it's like a seasonal thing. It's like sometimes I'll have like 10 people that come to me and they'll be like, hey, I want the baby blankets. I need them personalized. So I need to have 10 in stock, right? And if I buy them individually, I'm probably going to be paying like $25, $30 one blanket. Okay. But if I buy them in bulk, I can get them a lot cheaper, and then I can go ahead and I can sell them for like $30, $35, embroidered. I hope I made sense, So anyway, let me see. What do I have here? Okay. Also, research your competition. Okay. Look at what other people that are selling in the area that you embroider and see what they're doing. Try to compare what you do to what they do. Do you stack up with them? Do you run neck and neck with them on the quality? And that's what I'm talking about, quality, okay? Are your items just as good as the other ones that are on the market? Now, if they're not, then that just means you just got to step it up. You know what I'm saying? It's like, don't get mad or anything like that. That just means you got to step up your game. Okay. And that's a good thing. That's a good thing. Okay. Because you want to know what is selling out there. So, if you sell kids' clothes and you sell kids' hats, right? Look up embroidered kids' hats on Etsy. See what is selling. What are the trends? How are they taking pictures of their hats? What are the ones that are the best sellers and stuff like that? Does the hats that you're trying to sell compare? Are they just as cute? Are they cuter? Or if you find that there's a cuter, well, then that just means come up with a cuter design. That's all. Just come up with a cuter design, take better pictures, list it better and stuff, and do you think? But the thing is, you will not know how your products are going to really work out there if you don't really check out the competition and see how it's going. And also by doing that, you're not only going to see what is really selling out there, but by doing your research, you can also find out what's not selling out there. Okay. Sometimes you could think that you have an idea of something that's really going to sell well. Do that search on Etsy, anywhere, just Google it. You can Google it. You can go to even department stores. Go to department stores and stuff like that. See what's selling, and see what remains on the rack. If you see like there's a really cute shirt, but it looks like the rack is full and everybody's walking by it, then it's not selling. Okay. So, and if that's something that you were thinking of doing, then right there, I would be like, okay, just do one and see. But I wouldn't focus too much on that because you really want to focus on what's really selling out there. Okay. So my thing is check out the competition. It's not a bad thing. Competition is healthy. Competition is what's going to keep you active, keep you alive, and keep you on your game. Okay. So don't look at that as a bad thing. Okay. There's going to be times when you're going to win, and there's going to be times when you're not going to do too hot. And that's okay. That's just part of the process. Okay. So let me see. Also, what did I put in here? Okay. If you can go global, okay. I personally don't go global because sometimes the shipping can be a pain, okay, and it can be pretty expensive when you want to ship from the United States to somewhere else, okay. It can get kind of pricey. So sometimes shipping global, it can be kind of like so it just depends. Okay. So so I kind of just do my items for the United States only. I have tried to sell in Puerto Rico, but it doesn't work for me because a lot of the addresses in Puerto Rico is not recognized by USPS. Okay. I have a lot of family in Puerto Rico. I send them towels, and they love the design with the pilon and the Puerto Rican flag, and they love the towels with the Puerto Rican flag and the last name. And then I have a lot of family members that come out and they reach out and they're like, oh, we have people that want to reach out to you. I have had a couple of customers that reached out, they purchased it, but when they put their address on Etsy, it doesn't take. So then we have to like try, I either have to refund the money because I don't want to send it to them for the simple reason that if I can't get a confirmation of delivery, right, then I don't want to have issues. That's the one thing. The last thing you want is to end up with bad reviews because I can't control the post office. All right. So, that's the thing that I'm kind of like iffy about it. I did it I had one customer that was in Europe and they asked for something and I sent it to them. They never got it. And then I sent it again and then again they never got it. So right there, that was my experience with working internationally. And then I said never again. So I'm just going to stick with here. But it's an option. Okay. It's an option if you guys feel comfortable with that. Okay. So the other thing too that I was thinking about is think about reaching out to organizations that are around you. Okay. If you have family members that are into sports, you can take their logo, digitize it. You can put it on a sports bag, have your child or your granddaughter or something go and show it off. Okay. That's another way to get into it. You can also reach out to local organizations like I had the garden club reach out to me and I just digitized their logo and I did their coffee mugs. There's just so many things. If you go to church, okay, churches have a lot of events. Sometimes Easter is coming, you could be embroidering a lot of Easter baskets. But I think so too late because I think it's this weekend or something like that. But anyway, hey, just an idea. Okay, Christmas is coming around because I know Christmas holiday is really big. Okay, so Christmas is another day that's coming around. Let me see. Organizations, clubs, your job. I've done things for the department, for the Air Force. I work for the federal government, so there have been, I've worked at several organizations, and a lot of times, they like to have, a lot of, especially military folks that they're very proud of the branch they serve, right? So, I have a lot of friends that are in the Marines, the Navy's, Air Force, Army and stuff, and I do a lot of their patches. That is really big too. So if you guys have someone in the military, you can do the names for their uniforms, because they got to pay for that. A lot of them travel a lot. A lot of military personnel travel a lot. They go on a lot of travel duty assignments. So a lot of times they look for ways to put tags on their luggage. You can embroider some luggage tags for them, because I've done that. I've done that a lot for several military folks where they're always traveling and stuff, and they like to have those little hand tags that they can just snap to their luggage and their backpacks and stuff, and they just put their last name and stuff. So that's another good way. I already did mention about being your own walking advertisement and talking about taking your sample. Oh, and then another thing too is referral programs. You can, I have not tried that, but I've heard some people do that. They do referral programs. They say, hey, if you refer someone to me, then you can get 10% of the sale or something like that. You can do something like that, to try to get customers to you. That's another thing you can do. I talked a lot about the samples. Samples is a really good thing. I'm telling you, that really does work to bring in customers your way, is doing the samples and stuff. I do that a lot, and that actually has really helped. Like I'm part of the book club here where I live, and I've actually, done a lot of embroidery for a lot of the ladies at the book club. because we've all become very good friends. So whenever we have like birthdays or something like that, like my girlfriend, I'm sure you guys have saw that I posted on Facebook group. I did dinner napkins for her. I did the pillow for her. um and I did her kitchen towel. Well, she loved the dinner napkins so much that she literally was taking my business cards and she was passing them around. And I got a sale out of that because one of the ladies actually reached out to me and wanted me to embroider a pillow for her. So, word of mouth goes a long way. And now the thing also is when you are working locally, especially, one of the things that's really, really important that you really need to think about is reputation. That means everything. That will make and break your success. Okay. There is nothing that comes out of this shop that is not top quality. If it's not going to be top quality, I don't take the order. Okay. I am telling you that I cannot emphasize that enough. You really want everything to come out top quality. Even the samples that I give out, that has to be top notch. Okay. When I gave the sample of the logo for the garden club, I mean, Judy, like, she almost fell off because she was like, "Oh my god, that's gorgeous." I mean, I made sure I had the colors right. I made sure that they came out. I wish I took a picture of it. I should have. I was in such a rush. But anyway, just don't skip on quality, because that is really, really important, especially when you're dealing with other business owners. Okay. You got to remember, like, when they come to you, when they say, "Hey, I want you to work on my business shirts," that's important because this those shirts represent their business. So the last thing you want is to do a sloppy job on their logos or anything, because that represents them. So if you do top-notch work for these folks, trust me, they're going to know where the quality is, okay? Even if your price is higher than someone else's, they're going to be like, because I've had people go, "No, I prefer to go to her because I know the quality that I'm going to get out of her. She takes her time. She knows her stuff. I mean, I don't have to worry about it." Okay. And if there is an issue, I do want to know about it. And I always let the customers know if there is anything, please, I tell them, you do me a disservice if you don't let me know, because then I can't correct it. Because if there's something that I'm doing wrong, I need to know, because I don't want the next customer and the next customer and to have the same issue. I want to make sure it's corrected, okay? Because that to me is a gift, because that means you let me know, okay? Um, I'll give you the example of that. Like, I had one girlfriend, and she ordered a shirt from me, and I pressed her shirt. But when I pressed her shirt, it wasn't. I didn't have a heat press. Okay, I had one of those irons, and I was pressing her shirt. Well, she wore the shirt. The letters were falling off. Okay, I thought I pressed it well, but the letters were starting to peel off, and it was falling off. So when I asked her, "How is your shirt?" she was like, "Oh, it's okay." And I'm like, "What do you mean it's okay?" And then I had to actually drag it out of her. And then I explained it to her, because she said, "Well, I didn't want to hurt your feelings." I'm like, "No." So I kind of had to have a little talk with her, let her know, "Look, I ain't that soft. Okay. I can take it. All right. If I made a shirt and it's not coming out right, you got to tell me, okay? I mean, we're friends, okay? I'm not going to be mad." So because she told me that, that's when I said, "All right, so what I'm doing," and I was actually using the Cricut press. That's what I was using before. Now, the Cricut press is good. Don't get me wrong. But the issue with the Cricut press is that it's really just an iron, and you're the one that has to put the pressure on the Cricut press in order for the vinyl to really iron good on the shirt. Okay. So I was using that, and then the vinyl was not, really sticking well. So I bought the heat press. Now the heat presses, to me, they're worth their money. They can be pricey. I got it, and I know that. And they're big and they're bulky and everything. However, though, they do the job. They do the job because not only do they heat the vinyl on your shirt, but they put the right amount of pressure on that vinyl so that it can really, really stick to the fabric. Okay. So once I got the heat press, I redid all the shirts, and then I gave it to her and I told her, I'm going to bother you for months because I want to see how long this lasts. And I stopped selling shirts until after like 4 months. And she was like, nope, they're still good. Then I said, okay, now I got it. Now I know exactly how I can apply that vinyl to the shirt. So, just do, those samples, make sure it's quality. Make sure it's quality. Let your customers know if there's an issue. Please, please be honest with me. Let me know, you know, because sometimes they do, like my girlfriend, she thought I was gonna get mad. I told girl, I'm mad at you because you ain't tell me. Not because you told me, because you did tell me. I had to take it out of you. But now she knows, okay? And now she's even started her own business doing crafts. So, and I love it because she started her invoicing system, and then she sent me her invoice. So I took her invoice, I made a whole bunch of edits for her and stuff like that. And then I sat down and I told her, this is what I would do, this is what I would do, whatever, just to give her advice and stuff. And she got it now. It's important. It's really important. The feedback is so, so important. It really is, because that's the way you're going to get better. That's the only way you're going to get better and stuff like that. So, all right, finding clients. Okay, websites, different websites. I talked a lot about going local, word of mouth. You got existing networks out there, use them. Okay, reach out to local organizations and businesses. Hey, if you live in a community and you want to do embroidery, take business cards. Okay, walk around your neighborhood, put your business card in their mailbox. Take a walk, put them in the people's mailboxes. I mean, you never know. Okay. Send out the samples of your work. I talked about that. Um, referrals are so important. List your custom services online. That's another thing too. Now on Etsy, a lot of times I have my items on there on my Etsy shop, but the custom is, you can have this item and it's just, I'll personalize it for you. However, though, I do have a disclaimer on there that I do custom work. And sometimes once in a while, you'll see that I'll have a custom listing on my shop. And it's usually because I've worked with a customer, I talk to them, and I'm doing custom work for them. So I will actually title the listing, and then I'll say custom work. And in there, I'll have all the description of what I'm going to do. And then they pay, and then I start working on it. Okay. So I do custom napkins. I do the custom dinner napkins. I do them a lot around my neighborhood too. Because sometimes, you could have designs in your shop, but it's not really what they're looking for. Like I have one customer, she's an artist, and she wanted to create her own dinner napkins. So what she did was she drew it, and then she sent it to me, and I digitized it and put it on the napkins for her, and she was very, very happy. So advertise your custom services. Okay, don't, when you show stuff, let people know you can do custom work, because sometimes what happens is people have a perception that they'll be like, oh, that's all she does. No, that's not all I do. I can do a whole lot. So that's why, I like to, and I will be honest, my favorite of embroidery is the custom. That is really, really my favorite, because I find that the most challenging because I am taking something that someone drew, and then I'm working with a digitizer to make it into a digitized file. And then when you finally bring it to life, that to me is like a wow moment. Okay. That's like, wow, look at that. look what I did. I mean, look what I made this happen for this person. You know what I'm saying? And it's the uniqueness. That is what I truly, truly love. I mean, nobody likes to go to the party and see somebody wearing the same dress they're wearing, right? So it's, I mean, I think those days are kind of over, because there are so many people now that are doing custom work. They're creating their own clothes, they're creating their own shirts, their own outfits, they're sewing now and all that kind of stuff. Well, with the embroidery, that's what I really love, is the uniqueness of everything. Okay, is the custom work. So that is really what I love to do, because I also feel that when you get that custom work, it actually it I don't know, it's like your skill levels, they go up another level. They really do. They increase, because you just get better and better and better and better. That, I mean, that's just how I feel about the whole thing. So anyway, um let me see. Oh, and I did talk about attending craft shows and trade shows and stuff. That's where you can get exposure to things. You get exposure to people, and you also get exposure to items as well. Okay. When you go to those craft shows, a lot of times those are vendors that have new ways of doing things. Like, I don't know if you guys are aware, there is a new needle that is out on the market now, and it's like a cutting needle. Okay. And what it is like, if you were doing applique or something like that, it will actually not only just stitch, but it cuts the fabric for you. Okay. So I'm doing research on this needle now, and I found it very, very fascinating, and it's called a cutting needle. Very, very new out there, and it's something that I'm going to start looking into, because I'm kind of like, oh, that's going to be like really cool and stuff. So let me go down the list and stuff and see what you guys have, because I'm sure, because I know that every time I talk, I know you guys always jump in and share your input and stuff, because I actually learn sometimes, from you guys too. So, let me see. Little early. Hey, Miss Max, how you doing? I see Norma, Leanne, Justine's right. Hey, hope everyone has a creative week. You too. I can hear you. I can see you. Hey, Veronica. Hey, Crafty Puerto Rican. Hey, Sassy. Been busy with the newly released 1950 U.S. population census. Ah, so those things are coming out, huh? Hey, Ivory, how are you? Hey, Gladys. Hey, Boricua from Puerto Rico. Hey, Barbara. Hey, Luna. California's in the house. Hey, Fabulous. Hey, Miss Wayne. Alabama. Yep, I have mine. Yep, this Banks, I have mine. And yeah, Justin is scheduled. That's the other thing too. Woo! Just that Thursday is gonna cost me a lot of money, because Justin is the guy that I use to embroider on my machines and stuff. Now the thing is, I used to take all of my embroidery machines and I would put them in the car, and then I would drive them over to the sewing shop to get them done. But hubby's getting old, okay? He hits I think he hits, yeah, did he hit, no, he I think he's 60. I think, no, shoot, I don't even know how old my husband is. I think he's 59 or something like that. Anyway, well, he up there, okay? He up there. I know he's got 2 years and 10 months to retire. That's what I know, because he's counting, okay? And I'm 1 year behind him. So anyway, he's getting kind of old. And, these machines are heavy. They are not light in any way, shape, or form. And they're upstairs. They're not downstairs, okay? And they're not in my basement. They're upstairs in one of the bedrooms. So to carry two multi-needle machines, and then the single needle is not a big deal, because I can carry that in the car, okay? The SC1900 is very light. But to carry three, I mean, to all three over there, it's just not going to happen. So Fred was like, you need to get somebody to come to the house. So Justin will be coming here, and he's going to service both of my machines. And I really need him to take a look at my 10 needle machine. And I do want to do a video on the Brother PR 1055X, because I'm getting a lot of questions about that machine and why I bought it and what I like about it. This machine is, to me, I is the reasons why I bought it was because of the functionality that it offered. So I wanted to share that with you guys, what it's about and all that kind of stuff, why I liked it. I'm actually thinking about buying a second one of the 10 needle. I'm not too sure. I'm still debating on going to a bigger machine or just getting a second 10 needle machine, because I kind of like the setup that I have right now. So I really don't know what I'm gonna do. I know that not this year, but next year, another machine will be coming into the house. That's for sure. So I just don't know which one and stuff. Hey Miriam, how are you? Hey Fafta. Hey Eartha. All my embroidery machines, even regular machines, are on surge protectors. Yeah, mine are on surge protectors too, because I do not want anything to happen to these machines, because they are not cheap. These machines are not cheap at all. I was told to plug mine directly into the wall. Okay, Miss Banks, the only thing that I have that is directly plugged into the wall is my heat press. And the thing is too is my heat press is so old. I am thinking about replacing the heat press too, but it still works. And that's the thing. I have a problem with just replacing stuff just to replace it. Okay, so I'm probably gonna wait till it's on its last legs, and then I'll replace it. Knowing me, yeah. But that's the only thing I have that's plugged directly into the wall and stuff. Exactly. Know your customers and upsell your other products. If they want shirts, show them a hat example also. This gives the company more options. Yes. And Barb, that's exactly what I did today. They wanted the mugs, so I made them the mugs, and which I was very glad to do that, because honestly, I have not been using my sublimation printer as I should. Okay, I got the printer, it's here, it's set up, but I haven't been sublimating because for some reason I just have a love for the embroidery. I'm just not into the sublimation. But they reached out and they were like, hey, can you make us some coffee mugs with the logo? And I was like, okay. So I made the coffee mugs with the logo, but because I had the logo, I figured, okay, well, let me take the logo, let me get it digitized, because it's a business write-off anyway, right? So I paid to have the logo digitized. And then what I did was I just took one of the shirts that I had in my closet. All right. And it wasn't an expensive shirt. It was just one of those shirts that you pick up from Michael's. And then I just had the logo digitized. So one of the things that I said was you're going to give it as a set, and when I met with the customer, I told them, I said, they really love the logo on the shirt. And I told them, I can put the logo anywhere. I can put your logo on tote bags. That's another idea too, because sometimes people don't want to wear the shirts and stuff. But you know what? If it's a club full of ladies, and they're gardening, right? And they like to bring their garden tools and stuff like that, you can get a garden bag and I'll put the logo on the garden bag. That's another option, okay? Or a book bag, or little towels or something, so yeah, it does. Barb, you're absolutely right. It gives the companies more options to look at, because what happens sometimes is they think that's all you can do, right? And you can do so much more, so sometimes they don't know. I could even put the logo on a hat, on a baseball hat, but I don't think they would wear the hat. But hey, you never know, because I like to wear baseball hats, you know what I'm saying? So you never know. So I told the lady, I can put that logo wherever you want. And because I know they like that logo too, I can change the size. I even told her I could put them on jackets, whatever, and stuff. So, did you say that embroidery machines should be put on a surge protector? Oh, Debbie, yeah, well, yeah, I would, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because if you have a storm or something, and I'm gonna tell you that happened to us. Okay, we moved here. We had a thunderstorm. We didn't have any of our computers or anything on surge protectors, and we lost some of our equipment. We just had our theater room built downstairs in the basement, and we lost the sound system and everything, and it was very expensive to replace all of that, and we didn't even have that system down there for a year. So we learned the hard way to always protect very expensive stuff. So computers, if you have computers, especially embroidery machines, I'm telling you, Debbie, please do it. Yes. Oh, I tried. My brother should be plugged. Oh, yes, Debbie. No, the brother, you could do it. But I would say for the embroidery machines, like these big ones right here, I mean, you're talking about thousands, okay? Thousands. So the six needle for, well, the six needle came with, but I bought it with the hats, the hoops, the hat driver, the hat hoop, the stand, everything. This was 11,000. Then this one back here was 15 grand. So I mean, that is not the kind of money that you want messed messed up, okay? And stuff. So no, these are definitely plugged right into surge protectors. The surge protectors was plugged into the wall and stuff. Now I'm not saying that C1900 is a cheap machine. Don't get me wrong. Okay, that's not what I'm implying. Because I'm gonna tell you something, $1,000 is $1,000. That's not cheap either. But yeah, if you can get like a little surge protector, I would probably do that and stuff. I would try it out. Put it on a surge protector, see how it sews. If you see that there's enough power and everything like that, then I would say do that. Because the last thing you want is something to happen, and then you're out that machine, and stuff. Hey Jacqueline, how are you? Hey Eartha. Okay. How did you get permissions to do any company logo embroidery? Hey girl, for me. Okay. With with you have to be careful with the copyright, okay? If the company reaches out to you, it is their logo, okay? You can do it. All right? And that's what happened, okay? I am actually working with the real company logos. They own those logos, okay? So if they ask me to do it, I'm good with that. Now, the thing is, do I use that logo for other stuff? Absolutely not. That is their logo. Okay. You got to be careful. Do not use their logo on other stuff. That is a no no. Okay. You got to be very, very careful with that. The Garden Club, their logo is trademarked. Okay. So even when I had it digitized, it has the TM. It's digitized with the TM. I don't sell it. I did not make money off of that. Okay. What I did was I digitized it and I gave it to their president as a gift. That's what I did. But you just have to make sure that you are working with the right person regarding those logos. Okay. Hey Bart, Liliana is the bomb. She knows. Yes, she does. Liliana has been in that business for over 25 years. She is the real thing. I mean, she big time owns her own storefront. And I don't know if you guys saw, she even does the baskets. She does embroidery for NBC, for television, the television network, NBC. She does embroidery for them. She does a lot of work for big names. So she is, and she's so humble. That's the thing that I really love about her. She's not much of a brand. You would not even know about some of the clients that she's had. She's very humble about that. and she is really, really, really awesome. She's one of my favorite people to watch. She really, truly is. She's actually my number one favorite person to watch. I love watching her because she's so humble and so sincere, and she's just really nice. And she's one of those people that she helps people, because I have reached out to her like three times. I've reached out to her, and she's always taken my calls, and she's always helped me out. And even after we've talked, she always like reaches out and just to make sure that I'm okay, and that I'm comfortable with whatever decision I made. So she is a very, very awesome lady and stuff. So I asked my technician. I read that too, and that's why I asked my technician. Yeah, I heard the same. Everybody's after them surgers now. Nobody wants to lose their machines, which I don't blame y'all. I mean, because that's devastating. Yep, an electric shock in your house, and that's what happened to us once, and it happens. I'm telling you, I know. Huge investment. Why we do machine repair? We use the surge repactor. We don't plug pile into it. Okay. The bank I deal with sent a notary to my house to notarize papers they needed. To thank her, I made her a hand sanitizer. She loved it so much, she placed the order for 3 more and picked them up today. See? And and that's the thing. That is, and Miss Banks totally. Sometimes you don't realize when, because sometimes some people tell me, oh, you're giving stuff away. No, it's yes and no. You're gifting something, but rest assured that is going to be seen out there. People are going to ask, okay? Because when I gave Patricia her tea towel, everybody was asking about the tea towel. And I saw how people were holding that towel and how they were looking close at that embroidery, and they were even running their fingers on top of it, because they were kind of like, you did this? And I'm like, yeah, and before you know it, they were like, oh, well, let me check out your shop. And before you know it, ching, 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 I get all these orders. And I've even had people reach out to me and say, I want you to do a kitchen towel for a family event or something like that. And I work with them, make different designs. I am telling you, the customization, that is, to me, the most rewarding, but it is the one that is the most work. For the simple fact, there's a lot of back and forth between you and the customer. Not a lot of people have that patience, okay? And I'll be honest, I'm not really that much of a patient person. But the thing is, I guess it's because I love doing it that I don't mind the back and forth, because I'm just anxious. I want to see what the final product's going to be, okay? So I like that because it's more challenging. It's, you're taking someone's vision and you're turning it into reality, and that to me is very, very rewarding. That's one of the things that I really like and stuff. No, I don't have to say this in the group, but here I go. Don't get your search. Susan, that's funny. All right, Susan, I'm going to say it for you. Don't you get that search protector from the dollar store. Get everything else in the dollar store, but not that surge protector. I'm telling you. No, and she's right. Don't do that. You better go to Lowe's. You better go to Lowe's, Home Depot, do your research, okay? That was funny, Susan. That cracked me up. Hey, Iris. Are you say it will be a craft fair in Tennessee? Hey, Black Dog, I think they will be. What I would do in Tennessee, and I believe they're going to be in Tennessee too. I know it's a sewing quilt. I will post it on our Facebook group. Okay. I know the one that's going to be in Fredericksburg, Virginia is going to be in October, but I think they're going to be in Tennessee beforehand. So what I will do is I will post that on our Facebook group, Okay, the sewing and quilt show. I think it's called sewing and quilt show, something like that. I'll post it in our Facebook group. That way you guys can look to see when that event is going to be close to you, okay? And then one of the things also that I was wondering is, because I'm going to be at the one in Fredericksburg. I was thinking that if some folks are going to the one in Fredericksburg, maybe we can all meet up somewhere and do lunch or something like that. So that would be pretty cool, because I think that would be really fun, for all of us to meet up there, those that can, that's within that area and stuff. Because I know I've been talking, I think it was Norma, or God, I think it's Karen or something. God, I forgot. Well, I was talking to her about her hats and stuff. And she's in North Carolina, and she wants to drive up to the sewing and quilt in Fredericksburg. So I was telling her, yeah, we'll meet up over there and stuff. But I will definitely put the information over there at Facebook, because I think that would be fun for all of us to meet those that can and stuff like that. Let me see. I went to there it is. Yeah, the Sewing and Quilt Expo in Atlanta. They did have some embroidery boots. Some had great deals and some weren't. Oh, okay, cool. I'm definitely we're going to have to check them out. I do the price research, but wow, some sellers are giving their stuff away. Crafty Pearl, yes, and see, and I think Liliana at one time was talking about that, and she posted on Facebook some of her prices so that you guys know. But one of the things that see, this is the thing too when it comes to the pricing of embroidery, okay? The price is going to be different for everybody. You got to understand also is Liliana, she's on the high end, okay? She's got top clients, and at the same time her expenses are pretty big, okay? She has a storefront. She owns a storefront, all right? So I'm sure she's got to pay that rent for that storefront. She's got to pay all that electricity in there and all that stuff. So she's got her expenses to running her shop are pretty high. So for her to be able to sustain, she can't be selling no $10 shirts, okay? Her prices can't be at $10, all right? Now, me personally, I run my business right from my home. Okay. So I don't have the rent expense. Now, I do have the expense of electricity because I am using the electricity from my home. But, the expenses are probably for me a lot different than they are for her. Right. So my thing is, I could probably, in my situation, price my items a little lesser than her because I don't have that bigger expense. But the thing is, it's kind of very tricky because you don't want to price them so low that you end up earning nothing. Okay. And that's what's happening. Some people are pricing them so low that they're giving their stuff away. So I totally believe that what Juanita's saying is true. The crafty Puerto Rican. I mean, some of the stuff it's like, how you making money? Because when you buy your blanks, you already know the cost of your blanks. You know the cost of, you got your machine, you got thread, you got stabilizer, you got to pay your time. But some people just don't price their items accordingly. And it's like I don't know, it's like they look at what other people are selling it, and then what they want to do is they just want to lowball it, right? So like I said, you just got to be very particular, because this is how I look at it. If you're gonna lowball and you're gonna lose money all the time, then why bother? And those to me are the people really that aren't gonna really do well, because what's gonna happen is their business is really gonna go under, um, and stuff. So let's see. You have to get a back number to ship overseas. Oh, hey, Susan. See, now I did hear about the vac, but see, I didn't look into that because I just decided I didn't want to ship overseas because the packages kept getting lost. So I was just like, forget it. It's not for me. Um, let's see. I've been thinking of sending some samples to my niece in Puerto Rico and test the waters. Iris, do it. The only problem that I have with shipping to Puerto Rico, like I said, is some of the addresses that they give me when I put it in Etsy. It's like USPS doesn't recognize them. Right now, when I reach out to the customers, they're like, no, that's my address. Well, let me tell you, I mean, Puerto Rico's really funny because I remember my auntie Lidia, I was be sending her packages in Yarco, Puerto Rico all the time. And she always got them, right? And then I went the other day to look up her address in USPS and it said it was an invalid address. And I'm thinking to myself, man, I've been sending packages to this address for 5 years and USPS doesn't recognize it. So it's kind of funky, right? The addresses, so, and my thing is also is because USPS doesn't recognize some of those addresses, it's going to be really hard for me to track the package, right? Like I could send it, but then the tracking number, I don't know if they're going to be able to mark it as delivered and stuff like that. And I don't want to end up with problems, because sometimes it's like, So I don't want to, I just said, forget it, unless, and one of the things that I tell them is, do you have a PO box or do you have do you know someone in the States? Because I don't know if you guys notice, Amazon does not ship to Puerto Rico. So like when my family wants something from Amazon and they don't ship to Puerto Rico, usually we buy it, and then when I get it, it's like I ship it to them. That's how we do it, because some of the stuff that you get on Amazon, you can't ship it over there. So it's I guess Amazon has the same issue. Like so far I've had no issues sending items to Puerto Rico. Oh, lucky you, girl. Hey Mary, how are you? Thinking of sending buenas noches. Glad that you're here. Thank you for the tip using the surge protector. Oh, you're welcome. That was really Miss Banks that mentioned it and stuff. I just said, oh yeah, I got mine. Let me see. I'm late. Oh, that's okay. What is YouTube's Liliana's in broad print now? That's her channel, in broad print now. And she's always posting on our Facebook group. She always posts there and stuff. Oh, I bought a heat press and returned it when it was plugged to the surge protector one on the wall. My brother 10 needle was running on the other app. The tip. In the manual, do not. Yeah, saw a video, man. It's sold in the 1900s. He says you can plug it in. So that's what I did. Yeah, my SC 1900, what it's plugged in, I have a I don't know what you call it. It's an extender. I forgot. It's those plugs that you put in the wall, and then they have all these other little plugs. I don't think it's a surge protector though. I think it's an extender. But I have my SC 1900 plugged in that, along with my serger. The heat press is plugged in directly into the wall. It's not plugged into a serger at all. Man, oh hey girly, I use UPS. Oh, UPS. See, I use UP. Am I saying it wrong? United States Postal Service. The other one. And they're having a hard time recognizing some of the address, or it could be that maybe they're giving me the addresses wrong. I don't know, but I had some during the Christmas time last year. They gave me the towels, and it's just the addresses just didn't show up. So I was just like, okay. And I don't trust it. I don't want to just send stuff out and then not know if the people got it or not. And then next thing you know, you get a complaint. So I was like, I don't want to play. Because remember when I tell you guys, when you have bad feeling, don't do it. It's like, hey Karen, how are you? is also the name of her business. Let's see. Can, oh, thank you. Yeah, if you guys like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Oh, good. Somebody gave you the link for the thing. Some of us went to the one in Fredericksburg and we met up, rode together, and had lunch. See, that's cool. And I would love to meet up at the Fredericksburg one. And from what I heard, that sewing and quilt shop, they have a lot of neat things. And I'm not sure, but I think Evelyn went to the one in Florida, and then she did a little video shop. She did a small little video, and they showed a booth with scissors. And oh my god, all those scissors. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna go broke. So I'm gonna make sure I go there with cash, because if I show up with a credit card, I know I'll get in trouble when I get back home and stuff. So let's see what the prices were great for stabilizer thread. Oh, the thread you get to try out in the machines and take classes too. See, that's what I want to do. I want to take classes also there and stuff. And I want to try out the machines as well. And especially, I would love to see what embroidery machines they have out there, other multi-needle machines, because I would like, that's my whole thing about just buying a machine blindly. You see a lot of machines out there that are advertised. I want to actually see the machine. I want to feel it. I want to play with it. I want to actually see it, because there's and really be able to talk to somebody about it. And then also afterwards, talk to people that actually own the machine, that aren't just trying to sell the machine. Because a lot of times these are just salespeople. There's people that are pushing machines because they get commissions and all that kind of stuff. I really want a machine that, that is really going to work for me and my needs. And this is the thing too. A lot of times I think people get a little pissed off with me because they're like, oh, I'm looking for an embroidery machines. Which one should I buy? And my whole thing is, I can't tell you that. It's like telling you what kind of car to buy. All right. Everyone has their own specifications of what their needs are. Okay. Not everybody has the same needs. Okay. So, like, some people, they just like to embroider hats. And in that situation, that you need to find the best embroidery machines for hats. If you're into shirts, you got to get it embroidery for shirts. You have, what it is you want to do and what you want to grow into. Okay, so that's what you have to look for. So that's why I don't like to endorse anything. Now, I use Brothers, but I like the machines. I really do. They work for me. They work for me and stuff. I really like them. The 10 needle right now, until Justice shows up. This week we just had a bad week. Okay, I mean, this one's mad at me. Okay, I had to change the needle threader. I changed the needle threader. It's just having a little bad. I say he has an attitude. So because he has an attitude this week, that I called Justin and I said, hey, can you come over and service it? Because we just need to smack him around and get him back in place. So, but I do love my 10 needle. I will say, there was a time where I was thinking, oh, I kind of want 10 needles and I don't want this, but I really love my 6 needle too. And I love my SC 1900. Okay, so I love all my machines. I really, really, truly do. I love the way they all work. They all do a really, really good job. Okay, and the other thing I want to tell you guys: be creative with your embroidery. I did this. Let me show you. And I did a video on how to do stuff like this. This is embroidery. Okay, I know you see a little puckery, but that's okay. This is a canvas. You don't have to use canvas. You can use fabric, and you can staple it on here. You can embroider on quilts. You can embroider on placemats. You can embroider on table runners. There's just so many things you can do. You can embroider on coats. I've seen people do embroidery on shoes, bags. I mean, be creative. I'm telling you, that's one of the things that I really, really love about embroidery, because it's like you can almost take anything and you can put your own little touch in there. That's what I really, really love about it and stuff. So I'm really, yeah, Miss Banks. So when you talk about the different stabilizers and threads that you get, and I'm actually going to look forward to, because I'm going to be looking through all those places and stuff. And I know I'm going to reach out to my girlfriend Robin, because she lives in Maryland, and she's really big in sewing and embroidering and all that kind of stuff too. So I know she's going to want to come as well. So I definitely got to reach out and tell her about it. It is wise to price your items at a lower price when you're just starting out. Angela, my answer to that is no. And I'm going to tell you why. When you're starting out, I know you're trying to you just want to make that first sale. And I got that. Okay. Start medium price. You never want to be the low price. And I'm going to tell you, the reason is because, all right, how can I say this? It's like getting a towel from Walmart, I guess. I don't, okay. Sometimes price can give people the impression of the quality of the item they're going to get. Okay. That's like all right, I'll give you an example. It's like all right, like I own several designer handbags. Okay, I have Gucci, Louis Vuitton, all that kind of stuff, everything like that. Okay, because when we go out, whatever, I do dress up once in a while. Okay, haven't been dressing up a lot lately, but anyway, it's like getting a Louis Vuitton bag. Okay, that's top quality, thousands of dollars, but it's quality. Okay, you're paying for the name, but the bag is quality. Get a bag from Walmart and you paid $9.99 for it, but it's a $9.99 bag and it's not the same quality. I don't know how I'm going to say this. Okay. You don't want, when you're starting out, you don't want people to think your stuff is of cheap quality. Okay. I don't know if this is coming out right. Okay. And I don't want you to feel, I don't want nobody to feel bad. Okay. This is not to make anybody feel bad. What I'm saying is know your value. It's kind of like going on a, it's like when I was dating, when I was young and I was dating, my dad used to tell me, you know your value. Okay, when you're going on a date, you know your value. When you know when you are confident and you know your value, and you're dating somebody and they're kind of crooked, you have no problem saying this ain't gonna work out for me and leave. Right? So I never had that problem. Okay. Know your worth. Know your worth. Okay. You know the quality of your work. You know the sweat that you put in that item. You know how hard you work. You know what that piece that you created is worth. Stick to it. That's what I'm saying. Don't undersell yourself, because this is what's going to happen. Okay. You're going to be happy that you made that sale. Okay. And I got that. But as time goes on, you're really not going to feel good, for the simple fact that you're kind of selling your skills at a low price. You don't, I'm not saying that you should get a towel and say, hey, look, this is $100. No, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is whatever you're making, look, do your research, and then go, okay, what is the low and what is the high? Put yourself in the middle. Put yourself in the middle, okay? And then as time goes on, if you feel that your item is like so like exquisite, like whoa, this is like the bomb, then you can start upping it and stuff. Don't low ball it, because when you low ball it, then what happens is you're not making the money that you need to sustain. Okay, remember, you spent money on your stabilizer, you spent money on your thread, you spent money on the materials, and your time means something. Okay, so don't, I don't want you to think like, oh, starting out, should you low, I don't know. No, if you know you're good, make sure you get paid for your good work. That's just my, I don't know if folks out there agree with me or not. I don't know, but that's just my thing. Um, you know. Hey girly, oh, you're very welcome. um, Absolutely. I go each year to the sewing quilt in Fredericksburg. I usually go on Thursday and Friday, just to let you when and where. Oh, Danielle, awesome. Yeah, I will be posting because I would love for us to meet. I would really love for us to like meet, have lunch, take pictures. That would be so cool. And show each other what we got. I would love to do that and stuff. UPS upgrade. Oh, for Puerto Rico's years ago, a lot of people didn't know about it or it didn't change. Local post office know where to deliver. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, because I know that I could sell so much in Puerto Rico, but I don't know. We'll see and stuff. Hey Nana, I've asked a lot of questions when I bought the long arm, and then I played with a few different ones at the Quilt Expo before I bought it. Yeah, and that's what I want to do. Your 10 needle is acting like a teenager, challenging you all the way. You just have to tell it who's the boss. Susan, he's gonna know who the boss is when Justin shows up. That's when he's gonna quiet down. Justin will put him in check. I'm pretty excited about seeing him and stuff because I usually have all my machines serviced every year. Last year, we lugged it in the car and took it all the way to the shop. This year, Fred was like, we're not doing that. Call the guy. We'll make it work his while. We'll tip him big, whatever we gotta do, whatever. Gotta find a technician to come to the house. And he's like, okay. So, yeah. Well said, Jeanette. We just appreciate all the work. Be appreciative of all the work we do. I set my pay at the amount and I add the blank materials to, and that will be the price. Yes. Angela, what Marlene is saying, I agree with her. I agree with her. See, because my thing, Angela, is good points to the price. Yeah, Angela, my whole thing is I don't want you to feel robbed. That I think that's what I'm trying to tell you. You know what I'm saying? I don't want you to feel robbed. And then this is the other thing too. Sometimes perception, right? It plays a big thing, right? Because like when you sell your first items at a real low price, then what happens is people expect you to keep those low prices. And then you're in a bind. You know what I'm saying? And you want to feel good about yourself. That's why we do this, because it makes us feel good. And and I know me personally, when I make my stuff and I sell them, I actually feel good. I'm very proud of the kitchen towels I do, my dinner napkins, and all that stuff. And I love it when I get those like 5-star reviews on my shop. It makes me happy because I know that person that got it really liked the item. You know what I'm saying? And there's a certain pride with that. And you're gonna miss out on that pride if you sell yourself short. So don't do that. Don't, you know what I'm saying? You want to feel good. You're supposed to feel good. You should feel good. Okay? So don't mm-mm. You know, if you come across people that don't want to pay, that means they're cheap. Let them keep going. You don't need to sell to them. You know what I'm saying? You don't. Remember, there was a time when I even told people not every customer is a good customer to have. Okay, and it's true. I have turned down sales, and I've even had people. There was one person that tried to, they wanted me to do 100 shirts, right? And I could do it, no problem. And I told them how much the shirts would be. And the lady came in and said, well, I can get them cheaper somewhere else. So I said, oh, that's awesome. Okay, good for you. That's what I said. Good for you. Go get them shirts. I'm not going to do it. I know my price, because the way I see it is, when I do my prices, it's to be fair for me. Oh, thank you, Marlene. I appreciate that. Thank you for the super chat. Because this is the thing. When you set the price, you want to be fair for you, and you want to be fair for the customer. Okay. You want the customer to get a good price for the product that you're selling them. But at the same time, you also want to make sure that you're covered as well. Okay. And if they can't respect that, then don't. Not every customer is a good customer. Okay. Weed out the bad ones. You don't have to sell to everybody. You really don't. There's a lot of people out there do embroidery. Let somebody else embroider for $5. Okay. Not you. You're $20 and higher. Okay. You're up there. Okay. Especially if you've worked really hard on your skill set and you got good quality stuff. Don't do it. Don't. Nope. Because believe me, you're gonna regret. I don't want you to feel that way, and I want you to enjoy what you do and stuff like that. I don't want you to feel good about yourself at the end of the day. So don't, So yeah, Marlene, absolutely, yeah, totally agree. What's the formula to ask for a fair price so you can your customers so that they pay the quality of work well done? Okay, girly, there is a happy hour, an embroidery happy hour that I did about pricing. Okay. And in there, what I did was I kind of talked to you about how I do my little price sheet. Okay. I have a little price sheet, and I talked, and in that happy hour, if you watch it, I run down everything. I talk about how I price my stabilizer, how I price my stitching, how you can price your hooping, how you do your blanks, how you can price your embroidery files. You need to think about your costs. If you're using an Etsy shop, right? You have your listing. You got the fees you got to pay for. You got to pay for your shipping as well. Okay. Also think about your shipping supplies. There's a cost to your shipping supplies. Okay. So I calculate that. Okay. And one of the things that I do, now I'll give you an example because I know I'm way over the hour and stuff. I get a bag, let's talk about shipping supplies, the little bags that you use to put the item in and you ship it. I get 100 of those bags and I pay $12.90. So what I do is I divide 100 into $12.90, and I know each bag is 13 cents. So I know that every time I run an order, I have to put in a bag. So that's 13 cents cost right there. Then I have to do my shipping costs. Okay. And all that stuff. So all that adds up. So do a price sheet. Okay. When you buy stabilizer, okay, if you have 100 sheets, how much did that stabilizer cost? Right? Take the cost of that of the quantity, divide that into the cost. That's how much each of those sheets cost. So every time you take a shirt or something and you hoop it, already you spent 13 cents because you got that one sheet of stabilizer. Then it cost you $12. All right, so that's $12.13 you already spent. So I do have a embroidery happy hour on pricing materials, and if you guys want, I can do another one also. Like we could talk about this again, okay? And then we could even share information on how we do pricing and stuff like that. And it all depends on what it is that you want to charge also. Some people charge a fee for hooping. Some people charge per stitches, okay, per thousands of stitches. Some people do $1,000 per, $1,000, 1,000 stitches for $1. Some people do different types of thread, okay? Sometimes if you have to use 60 weight thread instead of 40 weight thread, they'll probably add additional cost to that. It all depends what it is that you want to charge people for, okay? But the one thing that I always want to tell people is do not forget to charge your time. That is very, very important. Your time is valuable, okay? Nobody works for free, all right? Those times are over. We all work for something, okay? And especially if this is to support your livelihood, okay? Like Liliana, this supports her livelihood, okay? That is her stuff. So you watch her channel, you see she has a storefront, okay? So she don't have time to be messing around, all right? And stuff. And I'll be honest with you, and if you ask Liliana about that kind of price, you'll be like, no. She would have been all over you. Because I remember, what was it? I remember once I asked her about, I wanted to do a logo on a jacket. And then I was like, oh, should I put tender touch? She goes, cha-cha, tender touchy, tender touch. No. That's enough, so she showed me, this is how you cut it. And she showed me how to do it. And then she's the one that gave me the idea of the hot knife. Get a hot knife, burn the back of the patch. I was like, oh. So, you know what I'm saying? So you would be surprised. Oh, Miss Max, thank you. Wanted to catch you before we ended. Great hour and a half. Oh, Miss Max, thank you so much. I appreciate it. And stuff. Okay, did I get everybody? I have a shocker. I have been preparing for a year now to open my shop. I finally equipped Shisha Studio, but I have not sewn not even one thing. Gave gifts. This year I opened for business. Miss Max, whatever you do, you don't give up. Okay. Now, this is the other thing too. You got to remember, prices this has been kind of like a crazy year. Okay. This has been a crazy year for all of us. All right. Prices for a lot of stuff have gone up tremendously. So people are not too much in the buying mode right now. So when my store is slow, like right now, my store is pretty slow right now as well. But this is the time that you take for you to come up with new designs and all that kind of stuff and everything. Mother's Day's coming up, okay? And that's the mother of all holidays, all right? Everybody knows mom. So Mother's Day's coming up. Father's Day's coming up. Summer is here. Okay, so if you guys are doing golf items, this is the time to do them because those golfers be out there. Okay, even though where I live, they're golfing all year round. They even do it in their coats. I don't know, but anyway, I'm just not into the sport. But hey, but don't give up. Whatever you do, just don't go. Where are you guys going to meet? Shopping? Hey, Sandra. They are going to do the Sew and Quilt Expo in Fredericksburg, Virginia. So what I will do when the time gets closer, I will, I'll put down, hey guys, let's meet somewhere, okay, and stuff. So if you guys are going to that expo in Fredericksburg, Virginia, I'll put that down so that we can all like meet somewhere and stuff, have lunch or something. That would be like really cool and stuff. But there is a sewing expo, and they're all over the place. They were in Florida. I think they're coming in Tennessee and stuff. But I will post the. I did not even think about it. I didn't think about posting the link. I was going to wait till October, but then I'm like, oh my God, wait a minute. We got people from all over the place in the United States. So you guys may want to know when the expo is close to where you guys live. You know what I'm saying? So I will post that on our Facebook group so that you guys can track the schedule and then go to the one that's close to you. Okay? And stuff. So guys, it is an hour and 40 minutes and these things are getting long. I really need to get somebody to like be a monitor or something so that way they can like pop, like it's over. Oh, thank you, girl. Appreciate that. So that way it's over because I do talk a lot, and stuff. But the thing is, I always got info and I just want to share it with you guys. You know what I'm saying? And stuff. But Miss Max, don't worry about the shop. And you know what, Miss Max? Post your shop on our Facebook page. Post it. Okay, so that we can help share your shop. Okay. And if you guys out there have Etsy shops and stuff like that, please post it on our Facebook page. The Facebook group that I got is so that we can help support and help each other out. Okay. I want to help digitizers out there. I know there are great artists out there that are digitizing and stuff. I want to I want to help them. I know Ozzy opened up a Etsy shop. Harmony, the crafty Puerto Rican, has a cute Etsy shop too. So now Miss Max has her Etsy shop. Put it out there so that we can all share it, and we could even purchase from each other. I mean, why not? I've purchased from several folks, that's been part of our groups and stuff. So put your stuff out there, okay? And then we can help you guys advertise it and stuff like that, all right? Because we're there to help each other, all right? So, guys, I am gonna call it the night. I don't even know where Mello went, so I'm gonna have to go find him and stuff. Hope he's not getting into anything. But anyway, I'm gonna talk to you guys later and stuff, and I will see you next Friday. And once again, if you guys have a topic that you want me to cover, okay, that you guys want me to research or something like that, let me know, okay? And then I can do an embroidery happy hour on that topic. I'm gonna try to keep all these videos coming to you as I work on projects and all that kind of stuff and everything. This was something that I wanted to do for my room and stuff, and I thought this was a really neat idea, so I did post a video on how to do this and stuff, because we're always talking about stuff with fabric, right? So when I saw that, I was like, oh, wait a minute, it's one of the first things that I did, and this was kind of like cute. And there's so many things you can do with this, like for baby rooms and stuff like that. So anyway, I wanted to share that with you guys. So guys, I hope you like this embroidery happy hour. If you do, please give it a thumbs up. And please subscribe to my channel and share my channel with other folks too and stuff, so that more people can learn and get inspired and, do their thing. Okay. So anyway, guys, you guys have a great night. Love you all. And please take care of yourself. And I will see you next Friday. So I will talk to you guys later. Okay. So you guys have a good one. Bye. See you.